So here's the easiest way to make muzzle flashes in Blender. And probably the best way, because you don't have to use any simulations. Let's be honest, nobody wants to use simulations. It's a pain in the ass. All you need is a couple of transparent images, decals basically. And I made them just for you guys so you can download them for free in the description. So go get those before you watch this tutorial. And then you're gonna activate an add-on. This is super simple, guys. This is probably the fastest way to simulate anything. Like the fastest way to make like fake effects is using this technique, and it works wonderfully. All right. So look, go to edit mode, go to preferences, go to add-ons, go to images as planes. Just type in images and check this. Okay. And now when you load an image which has a transparent background, a PNG, it's going to be, I'm going to show you what happens. Okay, look, I'll put my 3D cursor at the tip of the barrel of this Spitfire that we got. I'm going to go to Shift A, Image, Images as Planes. I'm going to go to my muzzle here, number 1. Okay, this happens. I get an image and it's just transparent. Okay, you can just see through it, which is perfect. And we're going to take this image. We're going to have to rotate it by 180 degrees because we want it going the other way. Okay. We're going to take this image. Let's also place the origin here in the back. It's going to be a little bit easier to work with. And this image, we're now going to turn it into what actually looks like a muzzle flash, like a 3D muzzle flash. It is very simple. Just go to your front view. Control 1 in my case. Go to your front view. Place your 3D cursor in the middle right here. And select everything and press Alt-E. Press Spin. Use duplicates. And set this to like 8 or something, alright? And now it's going to duplicate this image in a circle, and if you look at it from a little bit of a distance, it looks just like a muzzle flash. The only thing you're still probably missing is a little bit of glow, okay? Because this is fire. This is supposed to glow a little bit. And I'm just going to go down here. There's probably more advanced ways to do this to make it more realistic in cycles and all this shit. I'm just going to use Eevee today just to keep things simple. I'm going to go to my Material tab down here. And I'm going to turn on the emission to something like a bright orange color or bright yellow color. And I'm going to turn that up a little bit, okay? You can play around with it, make it a little bit darker, a little bit less glowy, but I think this looks really nice and I'm going to use this, okay? Now, we're going to repeat the same thing a couple of times, okay? With the other muzzle flashes. So images as planes, muzzle number 2. Let's also import number 3 while we're at it, okay? Muzzle number 3. And then we're just going to do the same thing for both of those, okay? Give me my origin point over here, origin point over here. And we're going to rotate both of these by 180. And now one by one, we're just quickly going to spin them, okay? Alt-E, spin, use duplicates, and also on number 3 as well. And I'm going to show you why we have 3 images in this moment here. Let me just finish spinning this one over here, okay? Select everything, Alt-E, spin, use duplicates. Now look. These are basically different phases of the animation. A muzzle flash is quick, boom. It's like 3 frames in this case. Even 2 frames is more realistic. I'll show you how this works on my little Spitfire going on over here. Look, this guy comes in, and then somebody's shooting at him, and then he's about to shoot back. And for a couple of frames, he shoots something. Now, this is a slow version. When you render this, it looks a lot nicer because it's glowing. But you see a little preview of what happens. You use images to make 3 little frames, which are three different phases of the animation. You see what's happening here? If you look at it from a distance, it looks completely fucking real. It looks as good as it needs to be for most purposes, right? I don't know if you're going for some photorealistic fucking CGI in a movie, maybe this is not gonna work, okay? But for most purposes, it's gonna look pretty good. And these other things, we're also gonna do the same thing. Just turn on some emission, give me some brightness there, and also give me some emission over here. Why does my mouse snap to the other side of the screen every time I do this? So look, all of these are glowing now. Probably in rendered view, it looks even a little bit nicer. And now it's super simple, okay? You just have to make each of these appear for just a single frame, all right? And I'm going to make things a little bit more convenient so that I can parent this to something. Like if you're animating a gun or something, you always want this to be at the tip of the gun. So I'm going to place a little arrow, a little empty arrow, a single arrow. I need to enable my extras if I want to be able to see this. Okay, I want this pointing this way. This is going to be the muzzle flash. I'm going to bring all of these onto this location. Okay, so they're all in exactly the same place. And we're going to parent all 3 of these onto this arrow. Okay, Control P, parent, keep, transform. So now if we just place this somewhere, Like for example, let's say we want to place them at the tip of this airplane just for the sake of the example, because I already have an animation here, so I don't want to put it there. I don't want to fuck everything up there. I'm going to parent this to the airplane. Okay, Control P, keep transform. So now anything the plane does, this is going to be on the front of the plane, right? Or if this is the tip of your gun, it's going to be the same thing. And now you select your first flash, which is going to be this one. You decided which frame, let's say frame 100, you want to initiate the shot, okay? So at frame 100, just set a keyframe, press I, and then keyframe location, rotation, and scale, very importantly, okay? All three of those properties. And then you're going to place your, use your median point as a pivot point, okay? Or you can use a 3D cursor, just make sure it's placed at the origin point. And you're gonna go one frame backwards, okay? So frame 99. On frame 99, you're gonna scale this to 0, okay? And then you're gonna keyframe that, okay? Keyframe with I, location, rotation, scale once again. So on frame 99, this flash is not there, and then it appears on frame 100. You see what I'm talking about? And then you can just duplicate this little frame from 99 to 101, because then it's gonna go back to disappearing. So it just appears for a single frame, okay? Now we're gonna do the same thing with the second flash, which is going to be this one here. This one has to appear on frame 101, okay? So we're gonna keyframe that there, go to frame 100, scale this one to 0 because it's not supposed to be on 100 yet, and then just duplicate this keyframe, okay? 1, 2, 3, and now the third one, we want this to appear on frame 102, okay? Keyframe that, go to keyframe number 1, scale it to 0, location, rotation, scale, and duplicate the keyframe. So look, keyframe 100, the biggest flash appears, number 1. Keyframe 101, it's the second phase, and keyframe 102, it's the third phase, okay? You can also control the size of this. You can make this a little bit smaller if you want to, and then the third one still a little bit smaller if you want to, right? You can also, if you want to, keyframe the size so it slowly appears. You can make the appearance phase a little bit longer, but I just like to make them one frame. And now if you play the animation, boom, it's just like that, right? It just appears like a little flash as if you fired a bullet, right? And the same principle can be used to make like maybe little sparks flying out or something. I made these muzzle flashes in PaintNet. If you guys want, I can make a tutorial for how to make decals and shit. Right now I'm working on some clouds, okay? All of this stuff, like the muzzle flashes, you can download those for free here. I give a lot more resources on Patreon. I make full courses for this type of shit. I'm just releasing a full tank modeling course. So go check out my Patreon, guys, and let me know what you think. Let me know if this technique helps you. I think everybody can agree that this is a lot better than simulating, burning your fucking CPU for an hour, crashing. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know about you guys, even if you got a powerful PC, using physics simulations and fluid simulations, it's always a pain in the ass. Nobody likes doing that shit in Blender. Blender is just weak. Maybe that's Houdini or something. I don't know. Other programs are maybe better. But in Blender, it's a pain in the ass. This is a way easier way to make effects if you're just going for something which isn't extremely super photorealistic or something like that. Even then, you can probably get away with it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys want to see next. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.